Are you looking for spelling tips, especially movement spelling tips to help your child learn those pesky spelling words every week? Well, if you are, you're in luck. I have 3 of them today. My name is Kathleen, and I'm a dyslexic here to help other dyslexics. I help busy, overwhelmed parents understand their child's frustration with dyslexia so they can support, encourage, and empower them. It's not a secret that spelling is really challenging for dyslexics. It's actually really frustrating most of the time because there are so many rules, there are so many letter combinations, and it is frustrating for dyslexics. And then we have to go to school and do spelling tests with everybody when we're learning different concepts. And that can be frustrating. And so I have come up with, when I was in high school and working and learning spelling words, ways to make it easier and for the words to stick, even if it's just temporary, helping the words stick for a while just to do better on the test. So I have 3 ways to help with movement. And one of the things that I learned in high school and everything was multisensory is huge for dyslexics. And that's because we process information on the right side of our brain instead of the left side of the brain. And through research, people have found that through multisensory, absorbing the information through multiple senses all at the same time really works for dyslexics. But what I've also found to be true is that movement works even better than just sitting and hearing. So if we can incorporate some type of movement while we're learning, that information really seems to stick better. It might be different for your child, but I know for me and a lot of the students I work with, the minute you get them up and moving around, the information sticks more. So I have 3 tips for you on how to make that easier. The first way to practice spelling is skywriting. So this is really used with the Orton-Gillingham program in every single one that I have used. So it is tried and true, and it definitely works. This is used for most of the time sight words and things like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to say the word, then you're going to hold your hand out and you're going to write each letter as big as possible and say it. So let's just use the example cat. Cat, cat. C-A-T, cat. And see how I'm moving and saying it at the same time. I'm also looking at the letters I'm writing. So that is the first tip, and that is an easy one, tried and true. Skywriting is a great way to practice that. So movement spelling tip idea number 2 is basically what I came up with that worked for me in high school. So yes, I had spelling words in high school and they were so frustrating. They were so big and we would have to learn a new set every week. We would have a spelling test and then we would have to use those spelling words in sentences or whatever the teacher gave us in high school. Yes, it was very frustrating. So what I would do is I would study the words all week, but I would do it in a way that worked for me. At the time, I didn't know why it worked. Now that I'm studying dyslexia and everything, I know exactly why it works. It's because that movement piece of multisensory, I'm sticking the information in my brain where my brain needs it on the creative side. So this military one really does follow the handwriting one, but instead of writing each letter, I do some type of movement, like physical movement. Big physical movement. So what worked for me is I would say the word, I would spell the word. While I was spelling the word, I would do some type of movement. Most of the time it was a jumping jack. So I got my exercise and movement in while I was studying, and it was a really big win. So here's how this works. You're going to say the word. Then for each letter of the word, you're going to do a jumping jack or something as you say the letters out loud. And then you're going to say the word again. So let's do dog today. So dog, dog, D-O-G, dog. And sometimes when the words were so long, I would also count the numbers. and that made it much easier and the information stuck, especially just for those spelling tests. Tip number 3 really does follow along. So instead of doing it military style, either do it as a chant or a cheer or some type of movement. So again, you're going to say the word, you're going to do some type of movement or cheer, and then you're going to say it again. So let's go with frog. So frog. Okay, Frog. Something, it doesn't matter how it works, frog. Just little movements, things to get you up and moving instead of just sitting around. I've noticed the more I get up and move around while I'm learning, the easier it is for me. I hope you found these tips useful. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did and you want more multisensory information about why it works, then you need to grab my resource library. That's right, I have 5 free resources, including one that talks all about multisensory and why it works for dyslexics. So go ahead and click the link below and sign up for that. You get 5 free resources right to your inbox right away, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. So please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.